The United Nations Security Council tonight unanimously approving new sanctions against North Korea. Unfortunately, they're watered-down sanctions. They do pose a ban on imports of North Korean textiles and put a cap on Pyongyang's imports of crude oil and refined petroleum products. We'll find out to what degree. U.S. officials easing their demands to gain support from both China and Russia at the United Nations. Joining us tonight to take up these UN sanctions and what they really do mean, author Gordon Chang, an expert on China and North Korea, contributor for Forbes.com. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Lou.
Gordon, we've moved from a week or two ago severe threats of severe interruption in trade with China on the part of the United States in this administration to what looks to be a very inconsequential ban coming to us from the United Nations tonight.
Yeah. You know, Nikki Haley, our ambassador to the UN, at the end of July said that UN sanctions that do not significantly increase the pressure on North Korea have no value. And matter of fact, she said they're even worse than nothing. And she was right, because what they do is they embolden the North Koreans, they embolden the Chinese. And that's what we got a few hours ago. These sanctions are not going to significantly affect the way the North Koreans operate or the way the Chinese operate. And that's even if the Chinese enforce these things, which they don't do anyway.
And to be clear, and we'd like to be clear on this broadcast, China is responsible for the development of the ballistic missiles that North Korea has managed to build and to launch, and those that are about to be constructed and launched again, perhaps with nuclear warheads. It is also responsible for the nuclear warheads and weaponry that China has tested over the course of 6 events. Most recently, one we think, at least at this point, is a hydrogen bomb successfully tested. Where do we go here? China is saying that they won't accept new accounts from North Korea. As if suddenly we're to believe that North Korea is now abuzz with new business development and China will not take any more of their money. I mean, this is mindlessness.
Well, it certainly is, because, you know, Chinese banks about 9 months ago, maybe a year ago, actually said that they weren't going to take new accounts from North Koreans. They were going to close down accounts from North Koreans. It's exactly the same thing that's been reported in the last 48 hours. So, you know, this is just a story that repeats on and on.
Where are we headed? We got about 30 seconds.
I think what we're headed is what President Trump tweeted 2 Sundays ago, stopping all trade with those countries that do business with North Korea. It's drastic, but it's got to be done. It will catch the attention of the Chinese.
Gordon Chang, as always, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.